after September 11th, we all are willing to go to war as one against this yet-to-be-seen enemy.
States like these and their terrorist allies constitute an axis of evil.
I cannot stand idle in the face of threats to the American people.
Once you define yourself as good and the other side as bad, it's a slippery slope because you start thinking anything you do for your cause is good.
Suddenly Americans started to ask, is it worth the costs in terms of human lives and in terms of values?
20 years later, it's us against ourselves. This mob rampaging through the Capitol, trying to stop democracy, and coming closer in some ways than Al-Qaeda did.
Part of a new wave of far-right populism.
Far-right populists are grabbing the headlines and seem to be on the rise.
In March of 2019, it was a meeting of the counterterrorism interior ministries, and there were like 100 countries there. You start to notice everybody's talking about right-wing extremism. The very next day, this massive, horrific white supremacist attack.
Horror in Christchurch this afternoon after shootings at 2 mosques.
I think one thing we can do is to shine a light on this. Then somebody somewhere is going to say, okay, well, this needs to become a priority.
Chauvin found guilty on all 3 counts of the murder of George Floyd.
We're the free people of America.
Protests began peacefully but have escalated far out of control.
Hey, it is what it is. This is a war. And so the only other option is to board up in your house and wait for the next George Floyd to be murdered.
Officer Kim Potter fatally shot Dante Wright.
We're gonna get justice for Dante Wright. We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
Black people being killed either by vigilantes in the case of Ahmaud Arbery, or the police killings of unarmed people from Breonna Taylor to George Floyd in Minneapolis. These stories echo across time, going back to the violence of the civil rights era and before.
There are murders who have walked free for decades while the families of victims cried for justice.
After 50 years, they won't share information with us. The FBI, the Department of Justice, somebody knows something.
Often when we talk about the civil rights era or racially motivated murders, it feels like it's something from another time. I think that using technology to bring it to the now and also have it exist in a physical space is something really powerful.
I really truly believe in the depths of my soul that if we're going to have peace, if we're going to have healing, everything must come out. We must tell the whole story, the complete story.